So I did go down to Oppegaard Meadery. Got a chance to talk with Rob for quite a bit. He's a really cool guy. Wasn't quite ready with the camera yet, but he took me through some of the process. Check it out.
So John and I had gone to Lowe's and we were walking through there when we were building this, and we said, we need it to be this wide. So we started putting this together, and it took us about an hour and a half to do this. Right. And you could buy one. I mean, it'd be $600, $800 for a new one.
Oh, wow.
So $40 for this thing. We started labeling some bottles, and we were trying to push all the bubbles out by hand. And I thought of using a squeegee, because that's kind of what they use to put body wraps on cars.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to pull the bubbles out. And I thought, let me try this. So I rigged this up, and I put a dowel through here and hooked up some springs for put pressure on it, and it squeezes the bubbles right out.
Nice,
you know?
nice.
And we could do about 2 bottles a minute with this thing, 2 to 3 bottles a minute. You know. So in a couple hours, 2-3 hours, we'll have all of our bottles labeled up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
so, how many bottles do you get out of each batch out of your?
It's about 200 bottles per batch that we get out of these spidles over here. You know, we ferment and then we age it in these spidles, and then you know, we use this bottle filler over here, and this bottle filler will give us about 500 bottles an hour.
Okay.
And then once we get them filled, we run it to this corker here, and we put, you know, several hundred corks in this hopper up here.
Nice.
And this will do about 700 bottles an hour. Whew. Yeah. So to fill and cork, we can do a case in about 1.5 minutes.
Oh, wow, okay.
You know, and then once we get all the cases filled up and we finish filling everything up, then we'll do our label work. And then once we label it all, and we're done with all that, we put these black caps on. So these caps right here.
Right.
So we'll put them on there and use a heat gun and
Seal it up a little more.
Yeah, half a second, just whoosh. You know, and then we're done.
Nice.
You know, and we go from there.
Sweet. Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
the oak aged.
Yeah, that's our oak barrel there that we get from Woodinville Whiskey Company. We age it in this last batch we had it aged in from July, and it was absolutely delicious.
Nice.
I mean, it turned out great, and it's been a big hit.
Right.
And over here we got that plum pear mead.
Oh, okay.
You know, we started that quite a while ago.
Yeah.
And that's just a test batch we've got going there. And then we've got over here, we've got a hop mead with Cascade hops, and we're going to be making a batch with some orange blossom honey that we got out of Florida.
Okay.
So you can get that nice orange citrus flavor.
Right.
You know, and this is our test plum batch that we're doing here. You know, that's the batch where we decided to go ahead and make it. You know, based on the combination of honey and plums and whatnot there.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Yeah.
So most of your honeys you can't really get local in the large quantities you guys are going through, but most of your fruits.
Yeah, it's all local, except with the exception of the orange blossom. The orange blossom is the only one we've ever gotten that was out of the state.
Gotcha.
You know, or out of the Pacific Northwest.
Right.
And the honeys we've been using are out of Idaho.
Okay.
You know, so we got large quantities from a company out that way, or it's actually a collection of beekeepers that works with a company who sells it for them.
Cool.
You know, so yeah.
And then all the fruits I heard come from most of your family's.
Exactly. The like for example, the figs here came from a 45-year-old fig tree that is a neighbor of my cousin's in Puyallup. And her neighbor is 90 years old. She's got a beautiful orchards out in her backyard. The plums, like these plums here, came from a plum tree that I planted 12 years ago on Camano Island.
Right.
And the blackberries we used, we picked off of Tomato Island, and we had a bumper crop this year, so they were huge blackberries this year, and that's one of our popular flavors. And then the blueberries that we have for our blueberry mead is from orchards behind my cousin's house in Puyallup, and it's another bumper crop where the blueberries were huge in 2016.
Nice.
And so we had spent several months picking those as well. We got a couple 100 pounds out of that, and it was you know, my cousins, my children, my grandchildren, we were out there just picking for months. And then our cherries are from Eastern Washington, and John's friend Micah has got a cherry orchard out there, and we picked a couple 100 pounds of Bing cherries and Rainier cherries.
Right.
So we ferment off of the Bings, and we age on the Rainier, so we can get that nice balanced flavor.
Gotcha.
So you're not getting I guess a cough syrup flavor is how some people describe it.
Yeah.
And it came out really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how long you guys have only been open in 2 months now?
Yeah, we've been open just under 2 months.
Right.
We actually started this business in about May of 2015, and it took us about 18 months just to get the federal license.
Licensing.
And once we got the federal license, we had to get the state license and the city license. Those went pretty quick. I mean, those were within a couple of months, but the long wait was with the feds.
Right.
You know, and then, you know, we've been paying for our lease here since May of 2015. We couldn't sell a single bottle until November. And John and I have been making mead for years, so
right.
You know, so
You guys got it down definitely from the tastes I've had.
Go check out those guys. They're open Saturdays and Sundays, 12 to 6. I'll put a link down below to their Facebook, and I believe you can get to their website on there also. But most of their info is on their Facebook page. If you're not able to make it on the weekends, this coming Wednesday, the 15th, they're going to be over at Odin Brewery in about 5 o'clock, pouring some samples there. Might not be able to buy any there, but they're trying to get Odin Brewing to carry in some. If you do go taste it, you're definitely going to want to try to make it down on the weekends. I picked up a couple bottles. I picked up the oak barrel one. It's because I think I want to have that. I'm trying to think what else is going on. You saw a camera cut out. I need new equipment. Ran out of memory. So that's next step. So do that. Support me. Subscribe, share, tell your friends. Like the video, share the videos. Down below, I'll put a link to t-shirts I have made up. Buy a t-shirt. Help me out. And V10 Dreamin'.